Yo, welcome to the Big Zoe Show. I'm your host, Zoe. Let me show you how it's going to flowy. Hi, welcome to my podcast. This is the first episode. I feel like it's a bit corny to call it pilot, but that's what we're going to call it. I am very nervous, like as if I'm on live or something, but this is my first time speaking in this manner. So let's just put it that way. But that's my intro. We gonna dibble dabble with it. But all I know is that the yo is gonna stay so that when Christmas comes I can it's okay. Y'all get the point. Y'all know what I'm saying. But so I guess we could just get right into it. Like I don't have much to say yet. But welcome to the pilot episode of my podcast, The Big Zoe Show. Okay, so a little get to know me. I'm 17. My birthday is June 26, 2006, and I am a Cancer. I am still in high school. I don't graduate until 2024. Well, I'm class of 2024, and I live in Louisville, Kentucky. I don't really feel like it's safe for me to disclose where I go to school at, so do as you please with that information. But I do track and field, mainly field, only field, let's be serious. But I throw shot put, discus, and javelin in the summertime. I would like to learn how to throw hammer, but I'm going to just wait till I get to college, I guess. But I'm actually pretty good at what I do. 2-time regional champ and 3-time state champion team with my school. And then, what else? I went to the Junior Olympics this summer. I went to Iowa, and I also went to Oregon. I placed 14th in Iowa. Oregon, I'm not sure of my ranking, but 14th was in shot put, I believe. And then I got top 25 in discus. Not sure. I was happy with my performance in shot put, not necessarily discus, but it's okay, because it's okay. But that, I'm tall. I don't really feel like y'all need to know that, but like I am 5'9.5". I have a lot of tall people in my family, and most of my friends are a good height to where I don't feel uncomfortable being friends with them and being out in public and looking like I'm their mother because they're that much shorter than me. I used to feel that way in my old friendships, but old friendships. I guess we can just do the recap of my week. This week was something else. Like, we started off a little rough, and mainly because I just knew the ACT was coming up, so I was a bit nervous about it. And it was just overwhelming because I'm like, when it comes to big tests, it is, I don't know, I just psych myself out so easily. It's like, I don't know. But in my school district, I don't know how they do it everywhere else, but I know for sure in my school district, when you take the ACT on the free day that you get at school, the day that you don't have to pay to take it, we do it on a computer. It's very different from doing it on paper. In my opinion, I feel like me doing it on paper, I would take less time and it would be more effective, especially with the math and science section, possibly. And then it also adds on time with me having to click and go to the next page for each question. If you're going to have it on the computer, at least make it to where I can scroll or something. I don't know. I feel very strongly about this. So it's just like, really? Okay, but my ACT was on Wednesday. But Tuesday, I had school, regular stuff. And then after school, I had to work out with my coach. My coach for my, track and field. So she has her own gym. So I went there after school. We do from 3 o'clock to 5. But I left early because I accidentally told my sister that workout ended at 4:30. So my sister and her boyfriend came to pick me up. Oh, now we're getting to the story time. My sister and her boyfriend came to pick me up from workouts. And by the time I get in the car, it's 4:30. So we're driving to go get their dog. And soon as we get off the highway, this is 10 minutes after I got picked up. As soon as we get off the highway, we're going down the street. My sister's driving. I'm behind my sister. And then her boyfriend is in the passenger seat in the front. So as we're driving, I look forward and I see that there's this car in the left lane just sitting there. And they turned on their blinker as we got closer to them. But we were close enough to where they could have waited until like we passed them up to merge, if that's what they were doing. But they were not. No, they was fully turning into the parking lot that was to the right of us. So going across the left lane, the right lane that we were in, and going to the parking lot. That doesn't make any sense. But they ended up hitting us, and the car shifted in the street, and here we are. Now I am stuck with a little sprained back and just a little bit of pain to where I can't work out with my coach because I do too much heavy lifting when I am working out with her, and she doesn't want me doing no heavy lifting right now. But normally after I go to her, I go to my trainer at 7:15. I had to miss that day. And yeah. So the wreck was just so much. And then like we didn't get to the hospital. We got into the ambulance around like 7:30. Mind you, we got into the car wreck at 4:40. That's like 3 hours later. But it was a lot going on. There were like, after the cops pulled up for the initial, like when we initially called them, they ended up getting called to some scenes because there were like 4 shootings that had nothing to do with each other, all at the same time. I was like, this is planned. Like, y'all all in cahoots together. There's no way that at the same time there's 4 shootings, and it just happens to be when we get in the wreck and we need y'all the most. Like, I don't know. I ain't the most fondest person of the police. Me personally, I haven't had any bad run-ins with them, but I have seen too many of my people in bad run-ins with them. So like, it's just, you know. But yeah. So after we get in the ambulance, we ended up getting statements or whatever, and we had to record them since the police wasn't there. So we had to record the statements. The lady that hit us lied in her statement, and she basically just ended up saying, I don't know how it happened. I'm like, how do you not know how you hit us? Does it make sense? How do you not know? But I'm like, I don't want to hear this. We get to the hospital. It takes them like 30 minutes to get me in a room. But the adult side was full, so they just put me in a room, and my sister and her boyfriend came in my room, and we were just sitting there. And then the doctors came and they were checking me out and stuff like that. And then my oldest sister came, and then my parents came. And it was just a lot going on. But we didn't leave the hospital until like 10:30, and I was falling asleep eating the food that my daddy had got. And then I ended up going to sleep. Woke up the next morning, did the ACT. Wanted to leave school after I was done, but my friends didn't want me to leave, so I just stayed at school. And what else? What else happened? Yeah, that was pretty much it for Wednesday. Thursday, went to school like regular. And I worked on my English essay after school, and then once I finished it, I ended up, because I'm the boys basketball team manager at my school, along with my friend Anaya. So me and Anaya did some stuff for the basketball team after school and after I finished my essay, and then we were just chilling. Then my mom came and got me. Then like when I got home, washed and cleaned some dishes, and then went to work out at 7:15. But my workout that I had with my trainer at 7:15, due to the car wreck and this bad back of mine, it had to be very lightweight, and I couldn't do what I normally want to do. So, but obviously still things that's going to build muscle. So that's all that I'm worried about, as long as the muscle is built and the sculpting is being done, But yeah, Friday wasn't much to it. It was just regular old school. But then we had the game. I was supposed to go to St. X versus Meade County, but I ended up going to my school versus PRP. So I was very mad because I was supposed to go to St. X, but my friend was like, "I'll buy you Wingstop if you go with me." So I'm like, "Daddy, can I take the car?" And he's like, he basically just said swap the car out, depending on what my mama said or whatever. So I ended up dropping the car off to the barbershop because that's where my dad works. He has his own barbershop, Picasso's Barber Lounge, period. I work there. Styles by Zoe on Instagram. But I dropped the car off and I take the truck. I have my own set of keys to the truck, so I just pulled off. And I drive all the way out PRP and get to the game with Anaya and London. Well, London gets there later than us, but me and Anaya walk in together. And we just chilling. The game, it was a bad game in my opinion. Our boys wasn't doing nothing. They was not pushing it. They was not working hard. I was like, I don't know if y'all don't feel like PRP is enough of a challenge for y'all. But that does not mean you change how hard you work when you're out on the field. Just because you feel like you don't got no competition. Like, that doesn't make any sense. So, I was very disappointed in them. But they did win by... They won by like 16 points. It was like 10 to 26. So, yeah. And then went to Wingstop after. It was raining. And I was in that truck. So I was like, we're going to let this rain cool down. It barely cooled down by the time I got back on the road. But it was still like, come on. It was still better than what it was when I left the game. So, yeah. But then today, I just cleaned my room and tried to get my little setup together. And here we are. But, I don't know. I guess that was my week. Like, it was crazy. I just feel like it was all over the place and it better not happen again. This is when I get into the deeper things, such as this is the topic of this episode, dating in our generation. And by our generation, I mean the young adults currently in the year 2023. So basically about 16 to maybe even 21. I don't know what it is, but yeah, it's the whole sassy man apocalypse. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. It ain't my business. But along with that sassy man apocalypse has came the audacity. I don't know what be going through these young men's heads because that's who I mostly deal with. So I don't know what be going through these young men's heads. But they need to get together because at this rate, I ain't getting married. But basically, I just feel like dating in our generation has it's gone to poop. Like it's horrible. I wouldn't recommend it just because there's zero loyalty, zero communication. I feel like everything is just sexually driven and not like emotionally, and people like I take a relationships class at school, and the main three factors of a relationship are passion, intimacy, and commitment. All y'all got is passion because y'all just want to touch on people. Where is the intimacy and the commitment? Because y'all definitely failing at the commitment part. Let's talk about it. It's just, I don't know, it's just embarrassing, like, to have to say, yeah, I'm this generation. Like, it's just, I don't know. I really don't know. But, like, I feel like when it comes to, like, family values, let's just talk about dating, in my opinion. Family values, family means a lot to me. I come from a blended family. My mom and my dad had kids, but they ended up having me together. So I've experienced like a family dynamic. Okay, it's not nothing new, but there are people that have like absolutely zero respect for their families, and I don't feel like I definitely can't date a person that does that. It depends on the situation, honestly. Like, you have to have, like, your parents have had to have done something to you for you to not respect them and for you to disrespect them every time you speak to them or talk about them or anything. Like, I just can't. I can't. But like, my family means the most to me because like I'm the baby. So I have all these older siblings plus my parents. So I feel like I have six parents. And it's just like I need somebody that understands the family dynamic. Like even growing up, we were around my cousins, aunts, uncles, grandparents all the time. Like it was family. I am a family person. I really love being around my family. Like my family can affect my whole day. And I need the person that I'm in a relationship with to understand that, because I feel like that's what comes from people that I love. If I'm in a relationship, that person's feelings, or if me and that person are going through something, that's gonna affect me. It's gonna affect me emotionally. It might even be able to affect me physically. I don't know, cause I'd be too scared to try it out. Cause I do not want to be somebody trial run. I don't. I'm 17. I have a lot more things to look forward to than some boys. I'm sorry. Religion. I am. I'm Muslim, but I do not. I'm not expecting to end up with a Muslim man. Okay. But where I draw the line is somebody that doesn't believe in a higher, like, I guess I could say a higher power, just to put an umbrella over all the religions, because I don't mind what religion you are as long as you believe in something. So you're not believing in nothing, but you have to have a good reason, because some people like will have a reason as to why they don't believe in God or something. Like, say they lost like a bunch of family members in 1 year, and they just feel like God's not real because God wasn't there to keep their family safe and together and stuff like y'all get what I'm saying? And then there's also atheists. Like, you're against it? How are you how? How? I would really like to know what drives atheists to believe in what they believe in. Like, it's shocking, in my opinion. I don't know. I keep saying in my opinion a lot, but that's a disclaimer. This is my opinion. This is my podcast, so I'm going to have to talk about my opinion. I would love to be able to talk about other people's opinions once I, build up a little platform or whatever. Courting. But I put quotes around this because it is like there's levels to a relationship, steps to getting into one. Obviously, there's meeting the person. Then it's like talking to, like, getting to know. Like, I feel like this mainly consists of like over the phone stuff, like texting, FaceTime, and calling. Especially with my age, like it definitely is. But FaceTime is huge to me. I can't. I don't even call my parents like this. Okay, my mom doesn't even answer the phone if I call her like this. I have to FaceTime her, and then I guess like hanging out, meeting up, and stuff like that. And then a mixture of step two and step three for a little while. At this age, I feel like maybe like 3 months of that hanging out stuff, and especially like with parents knowing, obviously. But like you trying to build with the person. No matter what age you are, you're building with whoever you're with. So, but you have to build your relationship first. You can't just hop in it. So then it gets to the point where it's like finally asking each other out. I don't know. Normally, I guess society will say the boy is supposed to, do that, but I feel like the girl can. Me personally, I haven't, but I feel like the girl can ask a boy out or ask a boy to be her girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like, to put it lightly, chivalry is dead. Like, I feel like boys my age don't know how to give compliments. I feel like they don't know how to respect women, young women, girls. Like, it's just, I don't know. Some of their compliments are just so like, like, really? But it's just like telling me, I appreciate a really good, you're pretty, you're beautiful, you're cute. I don't know about you, fine. Like, yeah, thank you, but like, fine, what that mean? Like, elaborate. Or like, compliments me on my body. I'm sorry, but like, I don't know what to do with that. Like, yeah, if joking around with my friends and us talking about my body is definitely different from a boy coming up trying to talk to me and commenting about my body and how he likes certain stuff about it. Because it ain't for you. It's for me. I gotta live with it every day. You don't. Thank you. Like, and then I feel like people are so judgmental about your body. Like, ugh. I am a taller and thicker woman. Young woman. Let me make sure I clarify that. Taller and thicker young woman. I have heard I feel like I've heard just about everything. If there's anything else I haven't heard yet, I wonder what it is because I've heard some things when people are trying to compliment me or talk to me or like whatever they plan to do. But especially because I got thicker around the time Megan Thee Stallion came out. Whoa. I was in 8th grade and people was telling me I'm Megan Thee Stallion. They just kept calling me Megan Thee Stallion. And I'm just like, I'm Zoe. Yeah, I'm tall. Yeah, I got a little booty on me, I guess, but don't compare me to no celebrity. Especially not, like, I don't mind being compared to Megan because Megan's Megan, baby, but like, I'm not Megan. Megan don't know me. Like, I don't know, but people have different values when it comes to this type of stuff. Especially, like, me personally, if you don't want to meet if you're scared to meet my parents, you don't even need to be talking to me. My parents are very nice people. My mama, she is a friendly woman, especially when it comes to kids my age. When she meets them, she be so intrigued. Like, my daddy, it takes a little bit more, but he's still a nice person, and it's not nothing to be nervous about. But as somebody that is interested in talking to me, you have to understand that these are my parents. I live under their roof. They're gonna say yes or no if I can go out with you. Like, not date, but like go on a date with you. That's what I mean. But and then definitely by the time I get home, they will be there waiting on me. Talk about like how was it. They'll tell me whether they like you or not. Like, it'll be stuff like that. But I have never been on a date, so let's not talk about that. But I know how they would be. But it's just like you have to meet them, especially like my dad. Like, I'm his baby, like his princess. Like, you cannot just come in here and I don't know what you want to expect, but don't expect nothing sweet because it's not. Like, you got to go through the whole pack basically to get to me. Like, I say like a lot. I'm so sorry. But I have 2 older brothers. They don't play about me. I have 2 older sisters. They don't play about me. My sisters might be shorter than me, but they could do the same amount of damage. So please, do not come over here thinking you're going to play with me, play with my emotions, play with my mental. Because no, I'm too young to be getting hurt. I don't feel like being heartbroken. I don't. I got money to make, hair to do, and school to pass. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have to graduate. What else? Because I had other things. Dating before college. Ooh, this has been a kicker for me because on people that have been interested in me lately. I have been telling them I don't want a relationship. I'm going to college. I don't know where you plan to go to college or if you plan on going to college. I have nothing against people that don't plan on going to college. But I just can't get into a relationship because, like I said earlier, I know how much me loving a person can affect my day. I know that I'm not gonna, it depends on the person how secure I feel in the relationship. But if, and I mean if, you back here, like say I'm up at school in a whole nother city, maybe even a whole nother state. And my significant other is still in Louisville because they not going to school. And they cheating. I haven't seen you in 3 months and you expect me to thank you being loyal and stuff like that? No. Let's not be dumb. Like, let's be for real. It's just it doesn't make any sense. And I don't see why anybody would expect me to be okay with it. I don't just like cheating, but there's physically cheating and emotionally cheating. Like we might get into that another day, but if you know, you know. But it's just like no, I don't see the point in being so emotionally devoted to someone and having to be away from them, especially like I don't want to be away from whoever I'm with, especially for not long periods of time. I can't come home every weekend. Depending on where I go, I cannot come home every weekend. So, it's just like, I don't see the point in it because I have things to worry about. I have to worry about graduating college now, and then also my sport. I plan to throw shot put and throw discus, and I plan to throw in college. So I'm not about to be at college thinking about the fact that my significant other done cheated on me. Huh? Cause I'm the first thing that's gonna come to my mind is like, get back home, get back home. But then I'm gonna be sad, and I don't feel like I'm not gonna be focused on my main priorities, because at that point, once I get to college, a boy is not gonna be my priority. I'm sorry. I am sorry. There nobody like it's gonna be school, track, family. I haven't been away from my family for long periods of time, so they're definitely gonna be top before anything else. Whatever else is whatever else. I don't know, but as of right now, that's my main thing. But I just don't see the point. As a senior in high school, I don't see the point in me getting into a relationship before I graduate. If I wasn't already in one before I got to like maybe like I wouldn't even say junior year of high school getting into a relationship and taking it serious. I don't recommend a relationship at all in high school. There's no point. What are you getting out of this? Because nine times out of 10, a high school relationship is not lasting. Especially if you go to my school. It's not lasting. The couples in my school break up every other day. I don't know if half of them is together. 4 people just hit 1 year. Y'all broke up 7 times. How does that add up? Y'all counting them days that y'all was broke up. It don't count. It don't count. Try again. But anyways, I don't see the point in getting into a relationship before you leave for college, especially if y'all both might be going y'all separate ways, or one's being left in the city and you going out the city, or you being left in the city and they going out the city. Like, if y'all not going to the same college, definitely do not do that. And then why would you want to be? This is your time for experimentation with everybody. Like, let's not put it like that. That sounds bad. But it's just like, why would you want to go into, like, maybe you can get into a committed relationship once you're in college and at that college with that person. But coming in already in a relationship, and you got to keep telling people your boyfriend's at home, your girlfriend's at home. I don't see the point in it. I'm not going to say I have trust issues, but I don't trust the distance, okay? I don't trust you knowing that I'm not going to be here no time soon because I'm at school 6 hours away. And so you can do whatever you want. I'm not comfortable with that. So, I'm going to stay single, go to college, do my work, go to practice, do my work, go to practice, do my work, go to practice. Not do my work, go to practice, call you, text you all day. Yeah, I just can't. I can't. My personal opinion, that's how I feel. Me personally, I can't do it. Maybe I'll get into a committed relationship once I get into college. But I am not going into college already in a relationship. Sorry, can't do it. Like, no. Moving in together. This is not for my age group specifically because at 17, you should still be in high school and still living with your parents or your guardians. But for the young adults that are getting apartments and having significant others, I don't think, first of all, you need to live on your own. You need to know how your significant other lives on their own. So maybe stay in the night a couple of days out of the week to see how they operate their schedule, how they clean, how often they clean, like if they if they're organized, like watch how they live. And the same for you. Have them stay over a couple of days to watch how you live so that y'all can decide if this is what needs to be done. But even after y'all spending the nights at each other's house, I still feel like it should be a good it could be 2 to 3 years before y'all move in together. Because especially like income wise, stability. And I'm 17, so I don't know nothing about no leases or whatever. But from what I've heard, I'm not sure if you could put two people's name on that lease or one, because people's always making posts and stuff on Instagram and Twitter and stuff like that about how their significant other's name is on the lease, so they gotta move out. Not doing that. Not doing that. If you live by yourself for them first 2 to 3 years, your name is on your lease and their name is on theirs. Y'all fine. You can kick them out if they stay in the night. They can kick you out if you stay in the night. But moving in together, and y'all only been together like 6 months. No, it's not. It's not. I'm not going for it. I'm sorry. If you ask me to move in with you within the first year, bars. No. Like, it's just no. Last little section of dating in our generation: support and trust. I have tended to go for athletes when I've been dating, or they always just so happen to be athletes. I have not spoken to, like, I'm just playing. I was about to say entanglement, but I have not, let's just say messed with. I haven't messed with nobody that has not been an athlete. I like being able to support my significant other. Going to his football games, or if he played basketball, going to his basketball games, wearing his number, taking pictures after the football game. Like, it's the little stuff. Like, that's little stuff to me. I would love to do that. I do that. Support me too as well. Come to my track meets. Like, talk to me between each throw. Tell me what I need to fix. But you telling me what I need to fix means that you pay attention to what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, and that you know what it looks like when I'm doing it right. So I feel like that also plays into support, is showing that you care. If my boyfriend is out on that football field doing nothing, what are you doing? Start doing something. Please. Tackle somebody. Catch that ball. Intercept. Whatever you got to do. I don't know. If you play basketball, that is not the play your coach told you to run. Why did you run that play? Why do you have on those shoes when you already said that you don't like how they feel when you shooting? Like, some little stuff like that. Like, pay attention. Because I feel like that shows how much you support somebody and how much you care about what they care about. Because it doesn't necessarily just mean sports-wise. That's just the main example I could think of because that's what I'm so involved in. But support in every way. Support them with their work. Support them with their school. Support them with their sports. Support them with their business if they have one. Like, support. Show that you care. Don't be asking for freebies. Like, that's the main thing. When boys trying to mess with me, they be thinking that they gonna get a free hairstyle. Boy, please. Like, what? Like, I don't know. I just can't. I'm sorry, but like, unless you're doing something for me, you're not getting a freestyle. Like, my brothers, both of my brothers, they're the only boys that get freestyles out of me because they get me whatever I want whenever I ask for it. I can ask for a pair of shoes right now. One of them's gonna get it. So that pair of shoes costs the same amount as 3 hairstyles. Boom, you got it. Like that. If you paying for my nails or paying to get my toes done, you can get a free hairstyle, bookie. But then again, I'm not asking you for money to get my nails done. I can't. I don't know what it is, but I refuse to take money from somebody I'm dating. No, I don't know how to accept it. I know how to call mom and my daddy. Hey, can you cash at me, blank amount of money. But asking somebody that I'm dating, we supposed to be equals. Like, obviously we could still be equals, but that's only if I'm giving you money in return. So that's when I'll accept it, if we be giving each other money in return. But if you just keep giving me money, no, 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 no. I don't like that. I mean, I like it, but I don't like it because, no, I'm not about to keep asking you for money. I don't want to make you uncomfortable. I don't want to make you feel like I'm using you, which means I will not be asking for the money. If you want to give it to me, go ahead. But I'm not asking it. I'm not asking for it. I can't. I'd rather not. Like, and then I already spoke a little bit on trust. It's just like, the level of trust comes from each person individually. I feel like you can't have trust issues with everybody. If I haven't given you a reason to not trust me, don't not trust me because of somebody that you done dealt with in your past. That has nothing to do with me. Come healed, please. Thank you. I know that sounds a bit aggressive, but it's just, come on now, y'all. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Now, this is for the last little segment. Hold on. Okay, this is the last little segment. And this is just going to be me reading. Where's. Okay. I'm reading some. Last segment of the pilot episode is going to be me doing some Reddit stories, aka Am I the Butthole? This is like confessions and stories that ask for advice. If y'all haven't seen, I see a lot of other podcasts doing it, and I've always thought it was interesting just because you get to see how like people react to certain things. But I'm trying to get my extension cord. But, because this one says wife. Let's start with this one. I shoplifted $10,000 worth of stuff as a teenager. I was a kleptomaniac as a teenager. I stole a lot of things that I didn't need. Bags full of jelly beans, clothes, video games, hair gel, you name it. Never from other people, only from chain stores. I may have been poorer than average, but I wasn't desperate and I didn't want a lot of the stuff I stole. I was Whoa. That was bad. I was addicted to the rush, and in a way, it felt like I was in control. Like I was taking back something that was missing from my life by stealing from these corporations. Not to make myself out to be a victim, I know what I did was wrong, just explaining I wasn't exactly coming from the happiest of circumstances. I had bad parents / home life. The $10,000 thing is just a rough estimate. I don't really remember exactly how much I stole, but that number seemed right to me at the time. I, 25 male, haven't stolen anything since I was 16 years old though. I got over it just in time for it not to mess up my life and get me a criminal record. Basically, I got away with it. I do regret it though. It was a waste of time and I was stealing from myself by not developing skills to earn money legitimately and starting my own businesses or something instead of stealing useless stuff that didn't help me. Well, I guess it gave me a short-term burst of dopamine, but that's about it. It was shallow. I never told anyone about this though because even though I haven't stolen in 9 years, I know even telling my closest friends would damage the trust beyond repair. Once a thief, always a thief is how the saying goes. People do change, but your conscience will follow you no matter you go. No matter where you go, don't do anything you might regret. I sound like I can't read because I was stuttering all through that. But if you used to steal and you don't steal no more, that's just called growth. Like, honestly, this ain't even an advice post, but it's just like, say something to tell your friends. Like, you don't have to. You could just keep this ain't their business. Like, They don't have to know about this. But if you would rather tell them so that you, like, they know of this, not for their safety or anything, but just so they know or whatever, then tell them. And they obviously know you haven't stolen anything since then, so it's on them. But if your friends are judging you, they are not your friends. They are just acquaintances. Next one. Am I the butthole for abruptly leaving a night out after... Hold on. Let's start this over. Am I the butthole for abruptly leaving a night out after being berated by my wife in public? My wife, 27 female, and I, 29 male, had my wife's brother, 29 male, and his partner, 29 female, over for lunch as a light housewarming in an evening of drinking in our new area. I was drinking less than the group as I had work to do the next day. Still had a few beers though. We historically all get along. There has been one other time where I left the night out after my wife had a go at me and where her brother and partner were in attendance. The evening was going well. It was getting cold, so the group made the joint decision to move inside. The bar was busy, so I had to go and check in and make sure we can get a table without losing our current one. When I went inside, there was one table free, not enough space, but the bloke sitting on the one next to it said he was leaving in 5 minutes. I sat at the free table and messaged the others that I had one. As soon as they saw the table, my wife and her brother complained about the spot and were frustrated that we had lost our old table. I explained to them that the bloke sitting next to us was about to leave and that both tables were ours in 5 minutes. Her brother immediately went to look for another table. During his search, my wife started to have a go at me, asking why I chose said table. She was pretty drunk at this point and beyond explaining that there was no other tables when I looked. I basically ignored her. She then started to berate me and yelled, "Whoa, effing listen to me," or something close to that effect. This occurred in the middle of the bar. I felt both embarrassed and angry for being yelled at in public. I told her that I'm not putting up with this and left the venue and walked home. All three of them tried to call me, but I ignored their calls. Once I got home, I messaged her brother and sister-in-law to apologize for leaving, but explained that I was very frustrated with my wife and that I would not be returning. They let it be. When my wife arrived home, she continued to berate me. This angered me more, but I felt she was too drunk to reason with, and so I told her to go to bed. She eventually stormed off. The next morning, I told my wife that she was out of the line on the night. She said that she only had a vague recollection of the previous night, but based on my recap, agreed and was very apologetic. I also woke up to a message from my wife's brother sent the night before. He said that he thought my behavior was poor. He was absent during the actual event and my leaving. Having been yelled at, I felt justified in leaving. I felt his judgment was both unfair and unnecessary. Taking his perspective, I have done this twice. Both times were in response to my wife berating me when drunk. I don't really know how to move forward with my wife's brother, but I feel as though I'm owed some kind of apology from him. Am I the butthole for abruptly leaving the night out? First of all, your wife needs to stop drinking. If that's the first thing that she ends up doing every time y'all go out, she needs to stop drinking. Then her brother and her complaining about the table. If y'all see it's busy in here, why are y'all complaining about anything that he can't control? If there's no other open tables, what are you talking about? Then the brother saying that his behavior was poor when his sister was berating her husband the whole time. Like, what? If she can admit her wrongs, you can admit her wrongs, and you're her brother. Makes no sense. Like, I don't know. I couldn't. I just couldn't. That's weird. Like, be concerned, because no. That's weird. Your wife? Y'all need to go to therapy, because there's no way she thinks that's okay. I guess this is when I can have my, like, closing off. But, well, that's the end of this episode. You just finished listening or watching to, depending on where you're at. If you're on YouTube, you just finished watching. If you're on Spotify, you just finished listening to the Big Zoe Show. I'm your host, Big Zoe, aka Zoe. And I will be dropping episodes every Sunday if I can. It is Saturday. I record this on Saturday, but I will be dropping the episode tomorrow. And yeah, I'm going to start trying to get more interactive, and just make sure you follow the podcast page on Instagram at The Big Zoe Show, and follow me on Instagram at Zoe Sanaa with 3 A's, 1. It's in the bio of The Big Zoe Show Instagram, just in case you have any problem finding it. And next time, well, I'll be I'll be on my story doing questions for Q&A, get to know me, if you guys would like to know more than what I've already told you about myself. And then I'll also do like talk to me's, and like ask y'all like opinions, or what topics you would like to hear me discuss and talk about and stuff like that. And I wish I could do like a little well, actually I can. I'm gonna do Google form anonymous confessions, so I can react to them on here, just because I just want to be more interactive with y'all, and I want y'all to be able to have a say, a little bit of a say in the content that I talk about and post on here. So yeah, I guess that's it. Thank you for tuning in to Big Zoe Show. I'll see y'all next week. Ah! It's okay. I got it. Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to the Big Zoe Show. Oh, it's who? It's what? What is it? Okay, anyway.